My beloved child, stop, don't scroll. I brought you here on purpose. You've been asking me for a sign, and this is it. You think this is just another video, but it's not. It's a divine appointment, because I've seen the pain you hide, the confusion you carry, the way you smile while silently breaking, and now I'm speaking to you, right here, right now. But hear me. If you swipe away, you might miss the exact word your soul has been crying out for. Stay, because before this ends, you'll know exactly why I led you here, and why I'm not letting you go. You have tried to convince yourself that you can manage it alone. You have smiled for the world while hiding the cracks beneath. Day after day, you've pushed through, hoping that if you ignored the pain long enough, it would fade. Instead, it has been wearing you thin. I will not stay silent while you slip further into exhaustion. Understand this. This was never the life I designed for you. You were never meant to wake already weary before the day even begins. You were never meant to live under relentless pressure, pretending to be fine while your soul cries out for relief. I am telling you that today is the day I reach in to lift that weight from you, but you must be willing to release it, because I cannot pry open hands that cling tightly to what is hurting them. There is urgency in my voice, because the longer you hold on to these invisible chains, the more you will begin to believe the heaviness is simply who you are, and that lie will not take root in you. You are not the sum of your struggles. You are not the mistakes you've made. You are not the person your pain has tried to shape you into. You are mine, and everything that is mine I protect, I restore, I strengthen, and I set free. Even now, I am moving in ways you cannot see, arranging people, moments, and opportunities to remind you who you are in me. You may feel as though you are standing in a battlefield without armor, but I have covered you the entire time. Even when you thought you were losing ground, I was pushing back the darkness that tried to surround you. You are still standing because I refuse to let the enemy have the final word. Yet, my child, I need you to trust me enough to lay this down at my feet. Stop trying to repair what only I can heal. Stop gripping every what if and every why as though they will lead you to peace, because they won't. Peace does not come from understanding every detail. Peace comes from knowing I am in control of every detail, and that nothing you've endured is wasted. Not one tear, not one sleepless night, not one silent prayer that you feared vanished into thin air. I heard every cry. I felt every ache. I have waited for this very moment to remind you that I am not a distant God watching from far away. I am here, right here in the same room with you. I am closer than your breath. Even now, as you read these words, I am holding you, and I will not let you break. But you must let me carry what you were never meant to carry. If you will release it now, if you will give me the weight you have been holding, you will begin to feel the freedom you thought you would never know again. The kind of freedom that lets you breathe deeper, sleep peacefully, and wake with new hope. I did not come only to save you for eternity. I came to lift you out of today's heaviness. And that begins in this very moment if you will choose to trust me fully. Now that I have your attention, I must tell you why your soul has been restless, why you've been reaching in so many directions, chasing brief comforts that never last. You've been searching for the fullness of life in places that cannot provide it, hoping that if you just try harder, do more, or keep people close enough, you will finally feel whole. But the truth is this: every longing you carry finds its answer in me alone. You poured yourself into relationships, dreams, and pursuits that seemed promising at first, only to discover they left you emptier than before. You wondered whether you were asking too much, whether your expectations were unrealistic. Yet deep within you, a quiet conviction whispers, there must be more than this. That whisper is my voice calling you home. I am not condemning you for looking elsewhere. I understand the ache that drives you, but I will not watch you settle for less than the life I designed for you. There is a richness, a depth, a joy I reserve for those who walk closely with me. And until you step into that place, everything else will feel incomplete. You tried to quench your thirst with what the world offers, but those wells run dry quickly and leave you more weary than before. Hear me now. The reason you've not found lasting satisfaction anywhere else is that your heart was made to be filled by me alone. I see you moving from one hope to the next, thinking the next change will finally bring peace. Yet each time you arrive, it slips through your fingers like sand and leaves you reaching for the next thing to grasp. My child, stop running in circles. Stop pouring your strength into what cannot sustain you, because every moment you search for what only I can give delays the fullness I'm ready to release into your life. You prayed for direction, and I am giving it to you now. Look to me before you look anywhere else. Seek my voice before you seek opinions. Let my truth shape your choices instead of the shifting voices around you. When I am at the center, everything else falls into its rightful place. You have leaned on your own understanding, making decisions by what you see and feel in the moment. But I invite you into a deeper trust that doesn't demand all the answers before you take a step. I speak firmly because the time for half-hearted seeking is over. The time for hesitating between the world's promises and my truth is over. Choose me with your whole heart. If you could see what lies ahead, you would understand why this matters so much. You would see the traps set to distract you, the illusions designed to make you believe what you have now is all you will ever have. I break that lie now. I have more for you. More peace, more purpose, more closeness with me than you have yet experienced. I am not offering you something shallow or temporary that fades when the excitement wears off. I am offering you a life rooted in my presence, a foundation no storm can shake. Even in the hardest days, you will know you are secure. You cannot keep drawing from fading sources and expect to remain strong. Your strength holds only when it is drawn from me. Turn your eyes away from the noise and the pull of lesser things. Let your heart return to the place it was always meant to rest. When you make me your first pursuit, the rest of your life will begin to make sense in ways you have longed for, but have not yet seen. You will discover that what you've sought all along has been here with you, in me. You need to hear this next part without fear shutting your ears. Deep inside are questions you've avoided even in your quietest moments. Questions that creep in like shadows at night, only to fade when daylight returns and you push them away. I have seen them all, and they matter to me. You've wondered about the purpose behind certain seasons, why some doors opened only to close without warning, why some people entered your life only to leave wounds when they walked away. Though you have kept moving, those unanswered thoughts remain like stones in your heart. You told yourself it's better not to dwell on what you cannot explain. But I am not afraid of your wondering. I am not offended by your doubts. I am not distant from your wrestling. I welcome it, because within those questions is a doorway to deeper relationship with me. You were taught that faith means never asking why, but real faith trusts that even without the explanation you wanted, my hand is guiding every step. You have longed for clarity, not realizing some answers can only arrive at the right time. If they came too soon, they would overwhelm you or pull you off the path I am building for you. You tried to fill the gaps yourself, piecing together fragments to make sense of things, yet those incomplete pictures gave you more confusion than peace. My silence in certain places has not been neglect, it has been protection. There are details you do not yet see that would change how you view everything, and I am holding them until you can receive them without fear. I bring this up now because you have been carrying an unspoken heaviness, a subtle belief that if you had done something differently, the outcome would have changed. I am here to break that chain. What happened was not the result of your failure. It was part of a larger design that will soon make sense. You have been faithful in ways you don't even realize, holding on through uncertainty, showing up when you were drained, loving others when it cost you. I have seen it all. Not one piece of your journey has escaped my notice. In places where you think nothing is moving, I am weaving threads that will reveal a picture more beautiful than you imagined. Stop running from the deeper conversation I've been inviting you into, the one where you let me speak into the very places you've avoided. Until you do, you will feel as if something is missing, as if the puzzle is always one piece short. I am ready to show you that your life is not a collection of disconnected events, but a carefully crafted path where even detours carry meaning. Those questions you hold, the ones you fear make your faith weaker, are exactly where I want to meet you. To prove I am not fragile, that my truth can withstand your honesty, and that nothing you feel or think will push me away. I am drawing you into a trust not dependent on having every detail explained, but on knowing that when you cannot trace my hand, you can trust my heart. This is not a moment for surface-level belief. This is a moment for deep surrender, for releasing the need to understand everything before moving forward, for choosing to believe I am working for your good even when the steps are hidden. Sit with me. Bring me the real you, not the version you present to others, but the unfiltered, unguarded, raw places you have kept locked away. I can heal only what you bring into the light. I am ready to turn your hidden questions into a testimony that will remind you for the rest of your life that I never waste anything you walk through. Since you have followed me this far into truth, I will speak plainly about what you have felt but rarely admitted. There were moments you quietly wondered if I had stepped back, times when your spirit felt only silence, when the day stretched long without any sign of my nearness. You didn't tell anyone, but the thought pressed against your mind. Has he left me? Hear me clearly. I have never taken a single step away from you. Every breath has been under my watch. Every place you walked has been within the covering of my presence. Even when you could not feel me, I was closer than the air in your lungs. You mistook the quiet for abandonment, but I was not gone. I was teaching you to recognize my voice without constant noise. There's a depth of knowing me that emerges only when distractions are stripped away, when you learn to trust without leaning on what you can see or hear in the moment. You were conditioned to think my nearness must be felt to be real, but some of my strongest work in you happened in the seasons you thought you were alone. There were nights you lay awake, unsure how to face the next day, unaware that I was beside you, guarding your mind from thoughts that would have dragged you under, placing unseen shields around your heart to keep it from breaking beyond repair. There were mornings when you rose with nothing left to give, yet you moved forward, not because you found strength in yourself, but because I poured just enough into you for one more step. You thought it was your willpower, but it was my hand holding you steady while everything else shook. I remained quiet at times, not to punish you, but to grow you. I know what lies ahead, and you need a faith not built on constant visible signs, but on the unshakable truth that I am with you regardless of what you feel. You walked through what you called emptiness, but I was driving your roots deeper into me, preparing you to stand in seasons where others might fall. The evidence of my presence is not always in what you feel. It is in what did not destroy you, in the strength that carried you, in those moments when you should have been overwhelmed but found peace you could not explain. I have been in every unseen victory, every quiet breakthrough, every moment when hope flickered and did not die. As I speak now, I open your eyes to recognize how I have been here all along, so that when you walk through shadow again, you will remember this and refuse fear's lie that you are alone. My closeness is constant. My watchfulness does not waver. My heart toward you has not cooled. Carry this truth as we move forward together, because the path ahead will require you to hold tightly to what I say, even when your feelings disagree. You will discover that the seasons you thought were hardest were the very times I strengthened you most. When you stand in the light of what is coming, you will see clearly that I never left you. I held you through it all. Now, my child, let me bring to mind something you have almost forgotten amid the rush of your days. Every tear you have shed has been noticed. Not one slipped past my care. None were meaningless. They were not merely signs of pain, but treasures in my hands, each holding the story of what you endured and how you kept going when stopping seemed easier. You wiped them away quickly so no one would see, hiding the evidence of hurt, thinking strength means never showing weakness. But I saw each one fall and kept them close, because they speak of a faith that endured even when your heart felt too heavy to beat. You may think tears signal defeat, but I call them the language of the soul, a way your spirit speaks when words fail. I honor them not because I delight in your pain, but because they prove your humanity and your deep longing for something greater. When you wept in secret, I sat with you in the quiet, letting you release what you could not carry alone. When your shoulders shook with grief or frustration, I laid my presence over you like a blanket, even when you did not sense it, to remind your spirit that you are never abandoned. Those moments were not small to me. They were sacred, times when you were most honest, most unguarded, most willing to let me be near. I do not despise your tears. I am not pushing you to be strong by the world's standards. I invite you to bring every drop of vulnerability to me, because in surrendered moments I can pour into you what the world cannot provide. There were times you wept in confusion, unsure what lay ahead, and I received those tears as prayers, shaping them into answers you have not yet recognized. There were times you cried because loss felt unbearable, and I turn those tears into seeds that will bloom into compassion for others walking similar roads. Not a single tear has been wasted. They are threads in the tapestry I am weaving from your life, raw humanity, intertwined with my unbreakable love. Hold this truth: nothing you have felt has been overlooked. Nothing released in sorrow ignored. Nothing given to me in pain left unused. Your tears are not weakness, but survival. Evidence that you refuse to harden your heart when shutting down would have been easier. The enemy would have you believe those moments made you smaller, but in my sight they have made you stronger, more compassionate, more prepared for the future I am shaping. One day, you will see how I turn them into a testimony so powerful that others will find hope through the same pain that once made you cry. Even now, I am using them. The tears you thought were wasted in silence are working in ways you cannot imagine, softening your heart for blessings I'm about to place in your hands, preparing you to receive joy with a depth that only sorrow can teach. Remember, I am the one who catches what the world overlooks. I am the one who turns mourning into dancing. I will ensure that every tear you shed finds its purpose in the story I am writing for you. Know also that the storms rising against you were never able to take you because I kept you anchored when the winds tried to pull you under. You may not have recognized it then, but there were moments when the force against you was greater than your ability to stand. Yet you did not collapse. That was not chance. That was my steadying hand. I saw every wave that tried to drag you into despair, every sudden blow that arrived without warning, every surge of pressure that pushed you past your limits. I stood as your unseen defense, absorbing the impact so it would not destroy you. You faced battles you could not have prepared for, situations shifting so quickly they left you breathless. Even then, I surrounded you and set boundaries on how far the trouble could go. What you endured wasn't because I ignored you. It was because I was building a strength in you that could come no other way. I know you asked why I didn't stop the storm immediately. What you couldn't see was how I used those very winds to push you toward places you would never have reached on your own. The turbulence you feared was moving you into deeper waters with me, out of the shallows where you once stood. Others may have seen only chaos. I saw opportunity. I taught you that your stability does not depend on calm seas, but on the firmness of my presence beneath your feet. The very trial that tried to break you has become proof that you are unshakable when your trust is in me. And when you remember the moments you felt surrounded, remember the unseen reality. I was positioning my protection so precisely that the attacks could only go so far. The enemy wanted to drown you, but I turned every surge into a push forward. He wanted you to lose your footing, but I taught you to stand in waves that should have swept you away. Look back and see. Every storm passed. None lasted forever. Each left you standing stronger than before. You may carry scars from the impact, but those marks are evidence of survival, reminders that you did not go under. And one day they will tell others they can survive too. I have not wasted any part of those storms. Even the fiercest winds served my purpose, stripping what wasn't secure, revealing what could endure, drawing you closer to me as your true safety. You feared being set adrift, but you were never drifting. You were tethered to me the entire time, and that bond was never in danger of breaking. Carry this awareness now. The strength you gained will be essential for what lies ahead. Challenges will come, but the storms behind you already proved you can withstand more than you imagined. More importantly, they proved I will never release my hold on you, no matter how high the waves rise. When the next wind blows, you will not panic as before, because you will know from experience that I calm the seas and keep you steady until the sky clears. There is something else I have held in my heart for you to hear. I have seen you judged, misunderstood, and spoken against by those who never cared to know you. Their opinions have never measured your worth in my eyes. You carried the sting of unfair words, the weight of false assumptions pressing against your spirit. You tried to brush them off, yet they lingered like shadows over your confidence. I watched you wrestle with the urge to defend yourself, to prove your intentions, to set the record straight. Often you chose silence, not because you lacked a response, but because you knew arguing with those determined to misread you would drain the strength you need for better battles. Know this, I noticed every moment you restrained yourself. Every time you surrendered your desire for vindication into my hands, rather than taking matters into your own. The world may call it weakness, but I call it strength. The strength of trusting me to be your defender. The confidence that I will speak for you at the right time and bring truth to light in ways none can deny. They never saw the whole of your heart, the hidden sacrifices, the private prayers whispered over situations they know nothing about. They did not witness the compassion you've shown in secret, the generosity with no recognition, the quiet acts of faithfulness between you and me alone. Because they couldn't see these things, they formed opinions out of fragments, incomplete stories, and surface observations. Their judgments have no authority over your identity. They cannot alter what I have spoken over you. They cannot write the destiny I designed. They cannot cancel the purpose I placed within you. Every false word against you is like dust in the wind, unable to cling to what I have covered, unable to stain what I have washed, powerless unless you choose to believe it. This is why I urge you to fix your focus on me. Resist fighting battles I did not assign you. I am already handling them. I am aligning circumstances so that in time, those who misunderstood will see the truth without you saying a word. Even if they never admit it, you will walk in the freedom of integrity, unshaken by shifting opinions. Carry yourself with the quiet confidence of one fully seen and fully known by me. I have never misread you, never mistaken your motives, never confused your identity. When the world sees flaws, I see potential. When they see failure, I see resilience. When they see nothing special, I see the treasure I placed within you before you were born. Release the need to be understood by everyone. Not everyone will see clearly, and that is all right. I have called you to please me, not to meet the expectations of those never assigned to guide your steps. Let their words fall like rain off stone. Keep your eyes on the one whose voice carries unchanging truth. The more you walk in this freedom, the less their opinions will matter, and the more your peace will be rooted in the reality that I hold the final word over who you are and what your life becomes. I must also clarify something deeper so you do not confuse pressure with punishment. What you are walking through now is not my anger. It is my invitation to come nearer than ever. The heaviness you sense is not intended to crush you, but to guide you, to press you closer into the shelter of my presence. You have interpreted the weight as a sign something is wrong, yet in truth it is evidence that I am shaping you for something requiring more depth, endurance, and trust than anything you have faced. Refinement is never comfortable. Gold passes through intense heat to reveal its purity. Likewise, your spirit must move through seasons that strip away what cannot remain. These moments are not meant to harm you, but to release you from attachments that would slow you or weaken your foundation later. You may wonder why the refining feels relentless. Remember, I'm preparing you for blessings you cannot yet see, for opportunities not yet ready to hold, for battles you are not yet equipped to win. The discomfort you feel is the sound of growth, the stretching of capacity, the breaking of limits you did not know existed. I am drawing you into a place where your dependence on me is unshakable, where your faith is not swayed by changing circumstances, where your peace does not depend on getting your way. You may feel pressed on every side, but you are not being pressed out. You are being pressed into alignment with my plan. Even when you stand in the middle of uncertainty, every detail is under my control. Every step is accounted for. Every challenge positions you exactly where you need to be. I know it would feel easier if I simply removed the weight, but that would steal the strength I am building through it. A moment is coming sooner than you think when you will need the very resilience this season is producing. Others may not see the value of what you carry, but I see it, and I know it is necessary for the next chapter. So stop reading the pressure as absence or displeasure. See it as proof that I trust you with more, that I believe you can bear the refining because I am with you in it. You are not walking this weight alone. My hand steadies you, my voice guides you, my spirit empowers you to keep moving even when the path grows steep. In time you will look back and realize the heaviness you resented was my hand removing what could not go with you into your destiny. Do not resist the process, lean into it. Every ounce of refining is preparing you to step into something greater than you imagined. The pressure is not your end. It is the beginning of a stronger, freer, more deeply rooted you than you have ever known. Understand also that some closed paths in your life were not accidents or signs of weak faith. They were my deliberate protection. You knocked on doors with hope, believing they would open because they seemed right in your eyes. Instead, they shut, sometimes suddenly, leaving you stunned, questioning what you did wrong. You could not see what stood beyond those thresholds, but I could. Snares, distractions, compromises that would have pulled you away from where you are meant to be. I know the disappointment when prayers seemed unanswered, yet many unanswered requests were my shield, blocking what looked good at first, but would have cost you more than you realize. There were places you thought you were ready for that would have drained you before you reached the fullness of your calling. There were people you wished would stay who, had they remained, would have blurred your focus, diluted your convictions, or dragged you into battles that were never yours. I saw hidden motives, unseen dangers, outcomes you could not anticipate, and I redirected you, even when you resisted. You called it setback. I called it rescue. You called it rejection. I called it redirection. My love is too great to let you walk into places that hinder your purpose, wound your heart, or weaken your faith. Your journey is about more than getting what you want in a moment. I am crafting a story with eternal weight. That means I sometimes protect you from temporary opportunities that would steal lasting impact. Release the bitterness you hold toward blocked ways. Choose to view closed paths through the lens of trust, not disappointment. Believe that if something was withheld, something greater is being preserved for you. I have never removed anything without intending to replace it with what aligns better with who I made you to be. You may not see it yet, but every no has been leading you to a greater yes. One that fits, one that will not require compromise, one that strengthens rather than drains you. Live confident that you are never at the mercy of chance. You are in the hands of the one who sees the beginning and the end at once. Even when you feel stuck because the way ahead is blocked, I am guiding you along a higher road that leads to fulfillment far deeper than the short-lived relief of getting what you thought you needed. My protection is not to frustrate you, but to preserve you, your heart, your future, your destiny. Every closure, every sharp turn, every unexpected halt has kept you aligned with the purpose I wrote for you before your first breath. Soon you will be grateful for every time I said no. There is also your waiting, and I want you to understand this season. The delays you have faced are not empty stretches of time. They are sacred intervals where I have been preparing both you and the very thing you asked for, so that when they meet, neither is premature. I know time has pressed against your hopes, and you have wondered if you misheard me, or if the vision you hold is only in your imagination. You have watched others move forward while you remained, and your endurance has been tested more than you expected. But waiting with me is never wasted. Every hidden day, every quiet hour, every unseen preparation has been aligning you for the precise moment my answer arrives. Had I given you what you asked at once, it would have lacked the depth, stability, and longevity it will have in perfect timing. You may think delay signals slowness, but it is mercy. I refuse to let you step into something that would collapse on unprepared foundations. All this time I have refined your perspective, deepened your trust, stretched your patience, and shaped your character so you can not only receive the blessing, but sustain it. At the same time, I have arranged circumstances, shifted hearts, and created the exact conditions necessary for my promise to take root and flourish in ways you could never engineer. You cannot see the full scale of what I am setting in place, but know it is bigger than the single request you've prayed about. This waiting is building strength that setbacks cannot undo, wisdom to steward what comes next, and discernment to protect it once it arrives. I have been teaching you to hear me more clearly in the quiet, so when the pace quickens, you will not be swayed by noise. This pause has safeguarded you from stepping into mistimed situations with diminished outcomes. Trust that my timing is deliberate, exact, and purposeful down to the smallest detail. When I move, it will happen so swiftly that the years you thought were lost will be redeemed in ways that leave you in awe. You will look back and see this season not as wasted time, but as the training ground that equipped you for what is coming. Instead of resenting the waiting, lean into it, grow, listen, prepare your heart for more than you imagined. The day will come when the answer you've longed for stands before you, and you will understand why I chose this timeline and not another. Until then, remember, the waiting is not a pause in my plan. It is part of my plan, and every moment in it carries you toward fulfillment. There were moments you quietly thought about walking away from the fight, when soul-deep fatigue whispered that quitting would be easier than pressing on. You told yourself it might not matter if you let go of the hope you carry, that perhaps you were asking too much, or believing for something never meant to happen. Yet I placed within you a strength you did not know was mine, the resolve that kept you standing when everything around you pushed you down. You did not continue because you had it figured out. You continued because I sustained you in ways you could not see. Every time you took one more step, even with trembling faith, you agreed with me that your story is not finished. That persistence has not gone unnoticed. It is recorded in eternity as proof that you value my promise more than your comfort. I know there were days when nothing in your circumstances encouraged you, when no outward sign gave reason to believe. Yet you still refused despair. That was not fragile optimism. That was my spirit in you refusing to let you surrender the ground you've gained. I speak this now so you recognize the courage that grew in you during the hardest stretches. It is not loud or showy. It is steady and unyielding. Others may not have noticed because it did not look like dramatic victories. It looked like showing up when you felt empty, praying when no results appeared, choosing to trust when nothing made sense. Those choices, repeated again and again, built an inner fortitude nothing can steal. What I am doing in you requires perseverance, because the fulfillment ahead will not be a momentary gift. It will be something you carry and guard for life. That means you must endure seasons of resistance without doubting what I've spoken. I did not remove every challenge at once. Each one gave your faith a chance to grow roots deep enough to withstand anything that might try to uproot you later. You do not have to feel strong to be strong. Strength is not the absence of struggle. It is the decision to move toward the light, even when the dark feels heavy. Every single time you chose that path, you stepped further into alignment with my purpose. You have proved, even to yourself, that you can endure more than you thought. This endurance will carry you to the promise and keep you from losing it once it rests in your hands. So when the temptation to quit returns, remember, you are still standing for a reason. You are still breathing for a purpose. Every step you take now moves you closer to the day when what you have held by faith becomes what you hold in your hands. You have known stretches when my voice seemed distant, when you strained to hear and the heavens felt quiet. Those seasons were not neglect. They were invitations to know me beyond constant reassurance. Mature faith grows when you learn to trust my heart even when my words are not frequent. Silence is not absence. In quieter times, I worked in ways that required you to shift from seeking continual signs to resting in the certainty of my presence without constant confirmation. I saw you show up in prayer even when you wondered if I was listening. I watched you obey when the feelings that once motivated you had faded. That persistence shows your relationship with me is rooted deeper than emotion. It is anchored in truth. When my voice felt far, I trained your spirit to hear me in subtle movements, in early morning stillness, in unexpected encouragement, in small moments of peace with no clear source. You learned to lean on what I already spoke, to hold to promises given before the quiet began. That is not regression, that is growth. There are assignments ahead that will require this unshakable trust. Seasons when the noise of life may drown out what you expect to hear. Because of this training, you will recognize my leading where others miss it. I know it was hard not to misread the quiet as distance, especially when you longed for direction. But I was closer than you could perceive, watching how you chose belief when you could not see, how you refused to let go simply because I wasn't speaking the way you wanted. This has made your faith resilient. My silence often carries more action than you realize. While you waited to hear, I moved pieces into place, orchestrated changes behind the scenes, and prepared you to step into answers at the precise time. When those answers arrive, you will understand why I did not speak sooner. Not for lack of desire, but to show you that my faithfulness does not depend on constant reminders. Carry this confidence. Even in the quietest seasons, I am guiding, protecting, and unfolding my plan for you. Recognize also that the private struggles you endured, the battles no one saw, have not been wasted. They are becoming the foundation of the story you will one day tell. You fought behind closed doors without an audience, without applause, without anyone measuring the cost of your perseverance. Those hidden moments may have made you feel invisible, but I was there for every second and recorded every victory won in secret. There is a strength forged only in darkness without spectators, choosing faithfulness without recognition, standing firm though no one knows the weight you carry. Comfort cannot manufacture that strength. Pressure refines the soul into something unshakable. I know you longed for someone to understand and help, yet help did not arrive the way you hoped. That was not abandonment. It was space for you to discover the resilience I placed within you. I wanted you to see that your survival does not depend on human approval or assistance, but on the life I planted in you that cannot be extinguished. Those unseen battles are crafting a testimony with power to reach far beyond the walls where they were fought. When you speak of them, it will not be for sympathy, but to show others that endurance is possible, that victory can come even when no one else believes it will. I am turning private pain into public encouragement, silent endurance into a voice that speaks life to those who feel alone. I am shaping in you a deep compassion that understands suffering and carries authority to speak hope into despair. You may not see how it will unfold, but not a single part of your secret struggle will be purposeless. Every sleepless night, every quiet tear, every choice to keep going instead of collapsing, each is preparation for what I will release through you. When I position you before those who need your voice, you will speak with a weight that cannot be faked, because you will speak from a place you have lived. Do not despise hidden seasons. They are not wasted years. They are training grounds, shaping you into someone who knows me in ways that cannot be taken away. Others will see the fruit and marvel, but you will know the cost. That knowledge will keep you humble, grounded, and anchored in the truth that every victory belongs to me. You must also understand the changes unfolding in your relationships. Those who drifted away or were removed were not taken to leave you isolated. They were moved to protect you from voices that would weaken your resolve and fog your discernment. Some departures hurt more than you admitted, not because those people always brought good, but because their presence had become familiar. It has been painful to watch connections unravel and to feel the absence of those you expected to walk with you in every season. Yet I never take away without reason. I saw the conversations you didn't hear, the intentions that weren't pure, the motives that would have pulled you far from the purpose I have for you. Even when words sounded supportive, their influence slowly diluted your confidence in what I spoke over you. You wondered why relationships shifted without explanation, why people you invested in became distant, why former cheerleaders fell silent. It was not random. I restricted access for those who would hinder your growth, because I will not allow anyone to hold greater sway over your future than my voice. I have alignments prepared that require space that cannot be filled by those carrying a different vision, foundation, or loyalty. When I remove, I prepare to replace, not with replicas of what you lost, but with connections built on trust, shared faith, and a commitment to walk in truth. You were tempted to cling to what was slipping away, to fight for relationships already changing. But clinging to what I remove would only weigh you down. Sometimes your greatest act of trust is to release your grip and allow me to decide who belongs in each chapter of your story. You may not see it yet, but every empty place is making room for something greater, something that will not fade when challenges come. I am bringing people who strengthen rather than weaken you, who speak life to your calling rather than doubt it, who walk beside you when the path is steep rather than watching from afar. These new alignments will not require you to shrink to be accepted. They will call you higher, closer to who I created you to be. Do not mistake the loss of certain relationships for punishment. See it as protection and preparation. Let go of the need to understand every detail. I have already gone ahead to ensure the ones who remain can stand with you in what is coming. Trust that I know who you need, when you need them, and why they matter for your path. Removal is never without intention, and the replacements I bring will carry purpose, weight, and longevity far beyond what you have known. There are blessings with your name on them that I have held back, not because you were unworthy, but because I wanted you ready to hold and guard them. Some of what you are waiting for is not small. It carries influence and responsibility. To give it too soon would be like placing a priceless treasure in a vessel still being shaped. I have been strengthening the framework of your life so that when these blessings arrive, they will not overwhelm you or collapse what I've been building. You prayed for increase, for open doors, for opportunities that expand your reach. I heard every request, yet I also see beyond the moment of receiving. I see the years ahead, the seasons that will require wisdom and endurance to guard what I give. This is why I allowed delays and detours, equipping seasons that teach you to discern what only looks good from what truly comes from me. I have refined your motives so that when increase comes, it will not become an idol or a source of pride, but a tool for service and impact. The blessings prepared for you are not ordinary. They are fitted to your calling, crafted to multiply fruit in every part of your life, and they will require a greater focus than you have known before. That focus is being forged now in the waiting, in the discipline of faithfulness in small things, in the daily choice to honor me when no one is watching. When the doors open, you will carry the character, maturity, and clarity to step through without hesitation and without being swayed by distraction. I am also aligning the timing so the blessings arrive in an atmosphere able to sustain them. I have been preparing people, shaping circumstances, and arranging resources to be in place before the release. You may feel the preparation has taken longer than necessary, but I give you my word. When the fullness of what I have planned unfolds, you will see that nothing was late. Everything will arrive in perfect order. I am not merely giving you what you asked for. I am giving you more than you imagined, and I am giving it in a way that endures. You will not fear losing it because it will be rooted in my will, covered by my protection, and strengthened by the lessons you have learned in this season. I am asking you to keep your heart open and your faith steady because the release is nearer than it appears. The blessings you thought were far away are already on their way. When they come, You will recognize my fingerprints all over them. You will know they came from me because they will fit your life precisely, not to make you complacent, but to call you higher, to challenge you to grow, and to draw you even closer to me. Hold this truth close. The wait has not been punishment. It has been preparation. And preparation means the blessing will not only arrive, it will endure. You have lived through situations meant to end your progress entirely. And the fact that you are still here is undeniable proof that I am not finished with your life. There were seasons when the pressure felt unbearable, when everything around you seemed to collapse and you could not see a path forward. At times you believed the struggle would define you forever, that you would never recover from the losses, disappointments, or betrayals you faced. Yet every time the weight threatened to crush you, I stepped in with strength enough to keep you standing. Your survival was not luck or coincidence. It was my hand preserving you when the forces against you were stronger than you could resist on your own. You may not view yourself as a fighter, yet you have endured battles most people will never understand, and you have emerged with resilience far greater than before. Even when you felt like giving up, the work I was doing within you did not unravel. Every setback became a setup for growth you could not have gained any other way. Stop seeing yourself through the lens of what you have lost and start seeing yourself through the truth of what you have survived. The very fact that you are moving forward proves my plans for you are still active. You may think you have reached the end of your capacity, but I see the strength and potential I placed in you from the beginning. The times you felt invisible, forgotten, or too broken to be useful were the very moments I was shaping you for influence you did not yet realize. Your hardships were not random. I allowed them strategically to deepen your faith, widen your compassion, and sharpen your discernment. You now carry insight that only lived experience can produce, and that insight will be a guiding light for others who feel trapped in battles of their own. I preserved your life for more than survival. I preserved it for purpose. The places you once felt weakest will become places where my strength is most visible in you. This is why you must not let the past convince you that your best days are behind you. Your continued presence here is proof that more lies ahead. Hold to this. If the challenges you faced could have destroyed you, you would not be breathing today. You are still here because there are chapters yet to be written, victories yet to be won, and blessings yet to be received. Do not let your scars make you afraid to move forward. They are reminders that you walked through fire and came out refined. You are not who you were. You are stronger, wiser, and far more prepared for the future I have planned. Everything you endured has brought you to this moment, and this moment is a doorway into greater things I am about to unveil. When I withheld what you thought you needed, it was never to deprive you. It was to make room for what would serve you better than anything you had in mind. You saw doors close and felt disappointment so sharp it nearly convinced you to stop expecting anything good. Yet what you could not see was how my refusal in that moment was mercy, keeping you from ties that would have drained your strength, stolen your peace, and drawn your focus from what truly matters. You have sometimes mistaken my redirection for rejection, but they are not the same. Rejection says you are unwanted. Redirection is my guidance toward what will fulfill you beyond your current understanding. I see what you cannot yet see. I know the outcomes of roads you have not walked and the impact each choice will have on your future. That is why I stepped in to stop certain things before they could take root. You questioned my timing and wondered why opportunities disappeared just when you felt ready. But not one removal lacked purpose. I have guarded the blueprint of your destiny, ensuring nothing enters your life that would compromise the fullness of what I have planned. Some blessings require the right season to thrive. If they arrive too soon, they wither before they can bear fruit. That is why certain prayers have taken longer to answer, not because I ignored them, but because I was aligning everything so the answer will last when it arrives. My desire is not to hand you something fleeting. I intend to give you what can withstand storms, endure testing, and remain. You have been learning, often without realizing it, that what you want most must be anchored in me. Otherwise, even the greatest gift eventually loses its power to satisfy. While you waited, I prepared both you and the blessing for one another, ensuring the connection is life-giving and not temporary. When I release what I have held for you, you will understand why every not yet and every not this one made room for something better. I do not take away to leave you empty, and I do not delay without adding more to the outcome than you expected. So shift your perspective now. Stop thinking in terms of loss and begin to think in terms of exchange. I am not just removing, I am replacing. I am not only closing, I am unlocking something greater. And when it comes, it will not feel rushed or fragile. It will feel right, steady, and unmistakably mine. There were chapters when it seemed I stepped back and left you to carry burdens far too heavy. See those seasons differently. They were not abandonment. They were positioning. I placed you where a capacity you did not know you had could be revealed, stretching you beyond familiar ground so you could discover what I planted deep within you long before trials arrived. There is a level of endurance built only where comfort is stripped away, and your only option is to lean fully on me. I have been shaping your responses in difficulty, teaching you to stand in faith when the landscape around you feels uncertain, not because I delight in your struggle, but because what I am calling you into needs a strength not easily rattled by sudden shifts or unexpected resistance. Without realizing it, you have been in training, not the kind that thrills at once, but the kind that builds stability and focus so nothing can sway you from the path ahead. Every obstacle has offered the chance to anchor yourself deeper in my promises, to make choices rooted in truth rather than passing emotion. I have watched you choose the harder path of obedience when an easier way was available, and it has not gone unnoticed. I have seen you keep your integrity when compromise promised quick relief. Those choices have marked you more than you know. They laid the foundation for the influence and responsibility that are coming. Soon you will stand where others look to you for direction, reassurance, and example. You will lead them well because you have walked through fire and remained faithful. The hidden battles you fought in private are shaping the authority you will carry in public. Do not despise the seasons that stretched you most. They have crafted you into someone who can stand firm, whatever the circumstances. You have asked why I did not remove certain difficulties at once. Understand, the fastest remedy is not always the best one. Quick escapes can steal the lessons that equip you for the future, while perseverance refines you in ways nothing else can. You are emerging with more than survival. You carry clarity, resilience, and a depth of trust that will sustain you for years. When the next challenge comes, you will respond differently, not with fear, but with the quiet confidence of one who has already witnessed my faithfulness where hope once seemed impossible. Others will see this in you and be encouraged to believe that the same God who carried you will carry them. You have sometimes mistaken the unfamiliar path I led you on for a wrong turn. The detours were not mistakes. They were essential segments of the route I designed. I steered you away from roads that looked faster because they would have drained your strength before you reached your destination. What you labeled delays were strategic pauses, moments for positioning you for encounters opportunities, and insights you would have missed on a smoother, more predictable journey. You watched others move ahead and wondered why your steps felt slower, why progress cost you more, why doors seemed to open for them while you kept pushing against resistance. Hear me, I am not comparing your journey with anyone else's. The way I guide you is unique to the calling I placed on your life, and that calling demands a route that cannot be copied or rushed. There were landscapes you had to cross because they taught you dependence on me in ways comfort never could. There were quiet places where I drew you aside to sharpen your focus, strip away noise, and hone your vision so you could recognize the opportunities I am bringing. You have walked a road where each step matters, where nothing is random, and every turn has purpose. The unfamiliar ground was never meant to confuse you. It was meant to prepare you to walk with confidence into territory others fear to enter. I am training you to be adaptable, to remain steady when the scenery shifts, to trust my voice above your assumptions. There are days ahead when the environment will change suddenly, and the preparation forged in these detours will let you navigate with clarity. While others feel lost, know this: I have not wasted a single mile. Even the parts you would not have chosen are meaningful. You may not yet see it, but the path I have you on is not only carrying you to your destination, it is forming you into the person who will thrive once you arrive. Release your frustration over the pace and direction of your life. My ways are higher than yours. I see the whole map while you see only a small section, and I am guiding you with precision. When you look back, you will see that every twist, every delay, and every unexpected turn placed you exactly where you needed to be, exactly when you needed to be there. You have asked for clear signs, unmistakable proof that you are on the right path. I have given moments of clarity, and I have also allowed seasons where you walked forward with only the quiet assurance that I was with you. This was not to confuse you. It was to grow a faith not dependent on constant markers. If every step came with instant confirmation, you would end up trusting signs more than the one who gives them. I am teaching you to rely on my presence when the way is dim, to keep moving when your emotions are unsure, to believe my direction when circumstances suggest otherwise. At times, the signs you wanted did not appear, yet later you recognized the small nudges, the subtle openings, the gentle checks in your spirit. Through these, I refined your discernment, training you to hear my whisper above the noise. Moving without visible proof is difficult, but as your trust deepens, you will realize your greatest assurance is not what you see, but the certainty I've anchored in your heart. You have walked through situations where the visible evidence contradicted what I spoke, yet you kept stepping forward, and that persistence strengthened your spiritual vision. Now you notice what you once overlooked. You sense direction before the full picture emerges. You recognize when I close a door to protect you from what lies ahead. This awareness will carry you into the next stage without hesitation. It will steady you when others are unsure and enable you to lead from confidence rooted in my truth, not in shifting circumstances. I am training you to hear me without leaning on external validation, because the moments ahead will sometimes bring confirmation only from me. If you learn to recognize my voice in stillness, you will not be led astray. While you may still long for obvious signs, remember, choosing to trust me without them proves your faith is real. It stands in uncertainty and holds when the ground shifts. Such trust is rare and precious to me. It will enable you to step into what I am about to do without fear, knowing that whether or not you see a sign, I never lead without purpose. You have prayed for circumstances to shift, for obstacles to move, for the weight around you to lift. I have heard every word, yet there were times when, Instead of changing the situation, I chose to change you. This was not because your requests were wrong, but because my priority has been to strengthen the one who will carry the promise, not merely to adjust the environment around them. The transformation I am bringing must begin within you, because an unprepared heart cannot hold the fullness of what I am about to release. I have been refining your reactions, teaching you how to stand firm under pressure, how to keep your peace in a storm, and how to stay steady when uncertainty rises. There were moments when the very things you wanted removed were the same tools I used to sharpen your endurance and deepen your wisdom. You have been learning to look beyond immediate discomfort and to recognize the eternal value forming within you. I know it has not been easy. There were days when it felt as though the challenges would never end, when you questioned whether the refining was worth the pain. Yet every single moment has added something to you that cannot be taken away. You are learning to walk with a steadiness not tied to whether everything follows your plan. You are developing a strength that does not vanish at the first sign of opposition. You are carrying a peace that is not dependent on calm conditions, but anchored in the certainty of my presence. This kind of transformation cannot be rushed and does not grow in comfort alone. It takes seasons of being pressed, stretched, and called beyond what you believed you could handle. You are not the same as when this process began. Your perspective has shifted, your discernment has sharpened, your spirit has grown resilient. When I bring you into the place I have prepared, you will not merely arrive, you will flourish. You will not be overwhelmed by the responsibility, because the strength and capacity you carry will match the size of the blessing. Others may call it luck or timing, but you will know you were forged in quiet seasons where quitting would have been easier and shaped by trials you endured only by holding tightly to me. So when you notice the environment around you has not shifted as quickly as you hoped, remember, the work I am doing within you is more valuable than the quick relief you've desired. This is preparation that lasts. It will carry you through every season that follows. There are wounds you have wished would simply disappear, marks from the past you hoped time would erase. I have not removed them instantly because they are becoming the very places where my healing will flow most powerfully. What you call scars, I call gateways, openings through which my grace enters to transform former pain into restoration, not only for you, but for those I will send to you. You have wondered why certain hurts resurface when you thought you were beyond them. I am bringing them to light, not to break you again, but to complete what was unfinished. True healing is more than the absence of pain. It is the return of strength, joy, and wholeness in places that once felt permanently damaged. I have been patient because I know surface fixes do not last. The renewal I'm working reaches the roots, not just the symptoms. At times, you tried to seal those wounds yourself, covering them with busyness, distractions, or the pretense that you were unaffected. Yet I could still see the unhealed places beneath the surface. Rather than let you carry them hidden for life, I have gently uncovered them so we can address them fully together. This is not because you are weak, it is because I want you free, truly free from the weight of the past. You will not fear those old memories. They will no longer pull you backward or cloud your vision of what lies ahead. They will become testimonies of how far you have come, reminders of my power to make the broken whole. Others will see my goodness in you, in your compassion for the hurting, in your ability to offer hope without minimizing pain, in your steady presence beside those in struggle without being pulled under yourself. That is the fruit of real healing. It does not only restore you, it equips you to carry restoration to others. So do not be discouraged if the process feels slow. I am not ignoring your desire for complete freedom. I am ensuring that when your healing is finished, it will be permanent. The day will come when you look back and recognize these very wounds as the starting place of some of the most beautiful things I have done in your life. You have measured the pace of your life and decided you are behind, as if you missed the window for certain dreams or should have reached milestones by now. See clearly, you are exactly where you are meant to be in my design. Your destiny does not follow the clock of comparison, nor is it diminished by what others appear to have achieved first. I am not racing the world's schedule. I am intentional with every moment you walk through, and nothing in your journey is wasted. Even the steps you thought were detours have aligned you with the precise timing of my plan. You are not late. You are right on schedule for the purpose I created you to fulfill. I have guarded you from rushing ahead before the foundation was ready. What looks like delay from your point of view is preservation from mine. I refuse to let you build on ground that cannot bear what I am bringing. I have prepared you for longevity, not just quick success. This is why I have shaped your character to remain steady when influence increases. I am teaching you to value the process as much as the outcome, because the process gives you depth, wisdom, and resilience for what is coming. If I had given everything earlier, you would have stepped into opportunities without the strength to hold them through resistance. I see the larger picture, and within it, your timing is perfect. No opportunity is beyond restoration. No chapter beyond rewriting for your good. No dream beyond my breath at the right moment. Stop measuring your progress against others. Their path is not yours. Their timing is not my timing for you. When I move, I can accomplish in an instant what striving could not achieve in years. Trust me, you are not falling behind. You are being positioned for a release that will arrive exactly when it should. And when it comes, it will exceed your expectations, carrying the assurance that it is not only yours, but it is mine, given in the fullness of time. I have kept certain opportunities out of sight until the moment they can flourish, because timing involves more than readiness. It demands alignment. I have been preparing far more than you. I have been arranging circumstances, positioning people, and setting environments so that when the moment comes, everything around you supports the blessing instead of working against it. This is why some doors stayed closed, even as you knocked with faith and expectation. I could see what you could not, how receiving too soon would leave you struggling to maintain it, or even cause it to be taken before it could bear fruit. You have asked me to move faster, but I ask you to trust that my pace is perfect. Realignments must happen in the unseen before the visible changes appear. I am orchestrating connections with people you have not met, influencing decisions you do not know are being made, and removing obstacles you do not see. All of this ensures that when my promise arrives, it meets stability, not chaos. You may feel as though nothing is happening, yet beneath the surface there is constant movement. Like seeds that grow in silence before breaking the ground, your answer is taking shape where your eyes cannot look. This is why I have asked you to stay faithful with what is before you now. When the release comes, it will come quickly, and you must step without hesitation. You will see doors swing wide, but not in a way that leaves you unprepared. You will witness provision, but not in a way that makes you fear it will fade. The right people will appear, divinely placed, carrying what is needed to help you steward the next chapter well. Then you will understand why the wait felt so long and why my answer arrived precisely when it did. There will be no doubt it was my doing, because it will bear the signature of my timing: peace, clarity, and the absence of striving. I am not giving you merely an open door. I am giving you a door no one can close, leading into a season of fruitfulness that could not have existed had I moved one day earlier or one day later. Keep your focus. Keep your spirit ready. Hold this truth. What I have prepared is already in motion, and nothing can prevent it from reaching you at the appointed time. You whispered prayers in moments of deep longing, words spoken in quiet when no one else could hear. None of them have been forgotten. Even the requests you barely dared to voice were gathered, held close, and woven into my plan. You may think that because you have not seen answers, they were overlooked. Not so. Every prayer carries weight with me, and I respond in the way that brings the greatest good to your life and the greatest glory to my name. Some answers come swiftly. Others require time to mature into their full purpose. I do not work by chance. Every response is intentional. There were petitions made in desperation that, if granted immediately, would have satisfied a moment but left you lacking later. Instead, I have shaped the answer to fit not only your current need, but the entire journey ahead. I know your heart better than you do. I understand what brings lasting peace and true fulfillment rather than temporary relief. Some prayers have been answered already in ways you did not yet recognize. Small shifts around you, quiet interventions, unexpected redirections that protected you before you knew there was danger. I move in the spectacular and the subtle, and often the subtle has the deepest, most enduring impact. Take comfort. My delays are never denials. When I seem silent, I am often working most intensely, arranging layers of provision so that when the answer appears, it is undeniable that it came from me. I am not a distant God who ignores his children. I am a father who responds with perfect wisdom and love, even when the answer does not look as you expected. A moment will come when you see how the threads of every prayer were woven together into a tapestry you could not have imagined, richer, deeper, and more beautiful than anything you could have crafted alone. Until then, keep speaking to me. Bring your heart honestly. Trust that I hear every word. Your voice matters, and I will continue to answer, not according to human timelines, but according to a plan that will not fail you. Every delay you have known has been layered with purpose, though it sometimes felt like needless holding back. I have never wasted a moment in your life. The pauses you endured have been woven into the rhythm of my plan. What you called setbacks, I called preparation grounds. Seasons where your character, discernment, and capacity were strengthened beyond what you thought possible. The assignments I am entrusting to you carry weight. Rushing you in before the foundation was ready would have left cracks that could weaken everything later. You asked why things could not have happened sooner. I understand the ache of wanting to step into promises without delay. Yet timing is the thread that preserves the integrity of every blessing. Too soon, and it crumbles under pressure. Too late, and it misses its intended impact. My timing is flawless because it takes in every unseen detail. The readiness of your heart, the alignment of circumstances, the positioning of people who will play a part in what I'm building. These intervals have not only shaped you, they have shaped the environment where you will stand next. I have been preparing spaces where your gifts will be welcomed, where your presence will be valued, where your work will carry influence that multiplies beyond what you could accomplish alone. I am aligning resources, clearing obstacles, and softening hearts so that when you arrive, the reception will feel like divine readiness. What seems slow to you is the precision of my hand. I do not act in haste because I am not bound by time. I command it. I can redeem years that feel lost in a single moment, and I can accelerate progress so that what took others decades can be accomplished through you in a fraction of that span. But first, I ensure that when momentum comes, you can sustain it. This is why I have required patience, not as punishment, but as preparation for speed without collapse. When the release happens, it will not only be about entering what I promised, it will be about remaining there with stability, endurance, and confidence that keeps you in place. Do not resent these pauses. They are not the absence of progress, they are part of the progress you asked for. The day will come when my timing unfolds layer by layer, and you will thank me for every moment I chose to wait. You will see I was never holding you back. I was setting you up to step into something that will not only change your life, but touch countless others through you. There were seasons when you assumed my stillness meant nothing was changing. In truth, the very opposite was unfolding. I was restructuring foundations beneath the surface where your eyes could not see, ensuring the transformation would be lasting rather than temporary. I have been removing what could not hold under pressure and replacing it with what will remain steady, no matter what rises against you. You noticed certain relationships fading, routines breaking, and familiar patterns no longer fitting. This is not chaos, this is construction. When I build something new, I do not set it on unstable ground, and that often requires tearing away what once felt safe. I know letting go of what you relied upon has not been easy, but I am bringing you into a place where your security rests not in fragile systems, but in my unshakable truth. Some structures suited a previous season and cannot carry the weight of the one you are entering. Holding on to them would slow you and limit your ability to embrace what I am releasing. So I have loosened your grip on what you thought you needed, not to leave you empty, but to make space for something greater. I am reordering your priorities, realigning your steps so you can walk in clarity rather than confusion. I am teaching you to discern the difference between what is essential and what is merely familiar, between comfort and true peace. I have been removing the noise so my voice becomes unmistakable. The work has been quiet, but it is intentional, and you will soon see it in the way you think, decide, and move. Where uncertainty once made you hesitate, you will step forward with confidence because you will know you are standing on solid ground. This is not preparation for a single moment. It is preparation for a life of stability and focus. No longer pulled in competing directions by unclear motives or scattered demands. As this foundation settles, your pace will quicken, not because you strive harder, but because you are no longer weighed down by what does not belong. I am releasing you from cycles that kept you repeating the same struggles and, in their place, establishing patterns that carry you into lasting growth. Trust this process, even when it feels like loss, because what I am building will not collapse. Every adjustment, every removal, every hidden shift is securing you for the future I have planned. When the work is complete, you will understand why I had to move in ways you could not yet see. There are petitions you brought to me that you assumed went unanswered. The truth is, they have already been set into motion, advancing toward you in ways you cannot yet perceive. I have been orchestrating their fulfillment with precision, weaving details far beyond your current view, so that when the moment arrives, nothing will be missing and nothing will be misplaced. You sometimes mistook my careful timing for inactivity, but each second of waiting has participated in a larger coordination, one greater than the request itself. I have been aligning events in the lives of others connected to your breakthrough, preparing their hearts and positioning their steps, so that when everything comes together, the result will be whole. I am answering not only for the immediate, I am answering for the future, establishing blessings that remain and do not fade. If I sent certain things sooner, they would arrive before the surrounding structure could support them, and their weight would crush rather than build you. That is why I have moved deliberately, placing each piece where it belongs so the delivery enters a space ready to sustain it. Think of it as planting. The seed goes into the soil long before fruit appears. Though you cannot see it, it develops strong roots that ensure survival when it breaks the surface. In the same way, your answers are rooted in the unseen stages where their strength is formed. Hold your heart in expectation without sliding into frustration. Expectation believes what I have spoken will come. Frustration assumes I have forgotten. I have not forgotten. I have been safeguarding your answer, shielding it from interference, so that when you receive it, it will not bring sorrow with it. The day will come when what you prayed for arrives fully formed, wrapped in peace, bearing the clear witness that it came from my hand. Then you will see that nothing was delayed without reason, that every quiet season was essential, and that my timing was not only perfect, but better than anything you imagined. Until that day, keep hope alive. The process is not stalled. It is unfolding exactly as I intend. There is a weight pressing on you now that you have mistaken for punishment. It is not meant to crush you. It is shaping you into someone unshakable for the season ahead. What you feel is the tension between where you have been and where you are going. The space where old patterns break and new strength is formed. It is uncomfortable, even exhausting at times, because it requires releasing habits, mindsets, and attachments that cannot travel with you into what I am building. I know it seems you are being stretched beyond what you can bear, but this is not to harm you. It is to prepare you for the weight of the blessing that is coming. Just as a structure must be reinforced before bearing a greater load, I am reinforcing your spirit so that when I add more, you will not falter under the responsibility. I am training you to stand steady while others waver, to hold your ground in truth even when it is unpopular. In this refining, I am removing what weakens you and increasing your capacity to carry what strengthens others. The resistance has felt stronger because the closer you move toward fulfillment, the more the enemy seeks to distract and discourage you. Yet this pressure is also evidence of progress. You are pressing into territory that matters to the kingdom. I am allowing this shaping so you will not only receive what I give, but also guard it, keep it, and use it for the purpose I intend. I am building endurance in you now that will serve you for the rest of your life. The growth may not look visible, but it is deep and enduring. Soon you will look back and recognize this time as a turning point. The moment you learn to draw strength from me in a way you never had before. The weight will not remain forever. It will lift when its work is finished, and you will move forward with a confidence born from knowing you were prepared precisely for what lies ahead. What I tell you now is important to carry in your spirit. The path I have set for you will not make sense to everyone, and it was never designed for their understanding. I have written a course tailored to the calling I placed in you before you were born. There will be moments when others question your decisions, challenge your direction, or attempt to pull you back to what is familiar to them, but no longer fitting for you. Do not expect everyone to see what I have shown you. I have not revealed to them the whole of where I am taking you. I have spoken to your heart in the quiet, entrusted you with visions, and awakened desires aligned with the assignment I have given. These are not random impulses. They are glimpses of the future I am preparing you to enter. If you measure your steps by opinions from those who cannot see what I see, you will slow your progress and dilute your purpose. I am teaching you to walk with a confidence that does not depend on constant validation. This is not arrogance. It is alignment with the one who knows the end from the beginning. There will be seasons when my instructions take you in a different direction than those beside you. You will be tempted to compromise so you do not stand out, but resist that temptation. The road I have chosen for you was crafted with precision. Every turn, Every pause, every stretch of stillness has a reason. You are not wandering. You are being led by my hand. Even when the terrain feels uncertain, my guidance has not failed. I am training you to recognize my leading so clearly that you move without hesitation when I say go, and rest without frustration when I say wait. This was never just a video. This was a moment I set aside to remind you. I see you. I've chosen you. And I'm not letting go. But child, this is only the beginning. There are more moments I've prepared for you. More words to heal you. More truth to anchor you. More fire to awaken the calling inside you. So don't treat this like a one-time thing. Come back often. Come back hungry. Because every time you return, I'll be here, waiting to pour out more of what your soul has been aching for. Subscribe, not just for content, but for encounter. Follow, not just with your finger, but with your faith. And share this message, because someone else's breakthrough is waiting on your obedience. You didn't find this by accident, and when you come back again, you'll find me waiting with more, always more. Amen.